All right, so how am I going to do this without pissing some people off? All right, here's my rant, okay? All right. First off, I'm not here to sell anything. I don't really care to make money off of YouTube. Good information is good to have, and bad information will get you in trouble. So, first off, if you have an opening, all right, let's just say you got a 1-inch opening, okay? And you go to put one pump in front of that opening to pump a medium through a filter. It doesn't matter if you have 2, 3, 4, 5. It doesn't matter how many pumps you have. All you're going to do is increase the pressure because the orifice size, the inlet size to the filter is only going to allow so much fluid to go into the filtering apparatus. All right, that being said, filters, microns, you can see 30, 35 micron, okay? If you're over 40, you can see 40 micron, okay? Let's get real. So, what else? Surface area. Surface area reduces the amount of pressure needed for a certain volume to pass through a filter. So, that being said, you don't need as much surface area. So when someone asks a question about surface area and they play the answer it with another question or kind of don't answer it, that red flag. So I'll be willing to bet any, let's just say, because I've used a certain stainless filter on other bikes and I've torn apart those engines. And I've also used a paper element filter and synthetic element filters on other bikes, motorcycles, and I've torn apart those engines. And I can tell you for a fact, any stainless steel medium filtration, it's not going to do a good job. And here's another thing that no one will talk about. I have yet to see a video on it. When you have a paper element, it will actually keep the motor oil. Let's just say the medium is a motor oil, okay? It will actually keep that tan, that new color, the fresh out of the bottle color longer because it's filtering more and it's trapping more particles. All right, that's what breaks down oil. That's what scars your surfaces, is the little particles. All right, the reason why it turns black is because of carbon, those little particles. Okay, the better filter you have, the better filtering system you have on your vehicle, the longer it's going to stay that tannish color without darkening. So that being said, you can drink the Kool-Aid if you choose to, but that's just my 2 cents, my thoughts on the matter. So I'm just going to leave it at that. Nothing against anyone. This is just me thinking. This is me thinking out loud. Dealing with fire hose, different linings in the compared to combat hose or attack hose, depending on what your supply the smaller diameter you go, the higher the friction loss, okay? And when you get under 1 inch, the friction loss, it increases dramatically, okay, per pressure, okay? So take this for instance, okay? You have a 2-inch hose, same liner, same thickness, same pressure, and you're trying to push a certain volume through this hose. Going from a 2-inch to a 1-inch, you're let's just say the 2-inch, okay, is going to have a friction loss of, let's just say 80, okay, for a number. When you reduce it half that size, it's not going to go to 160, okay? That's wrong. That's the wrong algorithm. That's wrong math. You're doing it wrong. It actually exponentially increases to around 900 or 1200 even, depending on the pressure being forced through it. So, and certain liners, when you get to a certain volume, okay, what creates the liner inside the hose, and it gets exponentially worse the smaller diameter you go, okay? Because the smaller diameter you go, there's more surface area touching that hose compared to the volume actually flowing through it. So when you go to those smaller linings, the friction loss exponentially increases because there is a friction, there is a turbulence that happens on the liner side of the hose. So when someone says the pressure loss is minuscule or nothing in 10 feet of hose, they don't know what they're talking about. So I'm just putting that information out there. Take from it what you will, but if you look at fluid dynamics, you look at friction coefficients, the friction loss, pressures, and volumes, you'll understand. So I hope I help some guys out there, or gals or whatever. I hope I help some people out there. And you know, just don't drink everything every kind of Kool-Aid you see out there. So kind of take everything with a grain of salt, especially if someone's trying to sell you something, or push something. So all right, till next time.